This 1 Degree Outside video is sponsored by Fiesta Shows. Have fun with the whole family June 19th through 22nd at the Acton Lions Club Carnival with Fiesta Shows. It's rides, games, fried dough, the works, and every ticket supports local scholarships and programs. Skip the ticket line and save with promo code 1Degree at fiesta.onedegreeoutside.com. Good morning, Thursday morning, 1 degree outside today. A look to the next 24 hours in heavy focus, although Noyes' notes gives you the big ideas on the coming days. Just a reminder, be sure you've downloaded our app. It's totally free on the App Store and Google Play. Just search the number 1 degree outside. You'll be able to get notifications of location. Make sure you have them turned on so you can get the alerts when we get the storms that come into some spots later on. Today we get a heat index that's around 100. That's what it's going to feel like on the body when you figure in the impact of the humidity. Not all of us see storms, but where they come through, they're going to be fairly strong. And astronomical summer, just a reminder, officially begins tomorrow, the summer solstice, and that's going to be at 10:42 p.m. There's your longest daylight, right? Okay, meanwhile, we're talking about dew point temperature today that comes up into the 70s. We haven't had a day like this yet. We've had some humid rainy days along the way this season. This is the first widespread kind of tropical humidity with the sun and the baking heat. And that's why the heat index comes to 101 degrees in Boston. We do the same thing at Worcester, same thing at Hartford, same thing the farther north that you go until you start eventually running into earlier cloud development and storm development in northern New England. So during the morning, there really isn't a lot of storm development to speak of here. And some of you watch us at all different times of the morning, right? It's the beauty of having a digital first product. But by the time you get to about 12:30, you can see that we have our first chance of storms in the Champlain Valley, also the Crown of Maine into the early afternoon. The deeper into the afternoon that we get more scattered storms coming out of the mountains, and they will carry off the mountains into the valleys for that matter as well. But central and southern New England, the one thing we'll have to watch between about 3 and 6 p.m., this round of clouds right here around the metro west central Mass may be able to pop something in that 3 to 6 window. And you kind of see it popping up here, perhaps when we get toward dinner time. So in our app, I love the radar tab. I want you to go and make sure that you've got it on past plus future mode. That shows you the last few hours, where things are now, and where they'll go in the next few hours. I find it to be the most reliable feature out of the radar choices there on the app. Notice as we get into the evening, yes, you do by deep evening about 9:15 get some of these storms trying to come into eastern Mass. But because of a southwest breeze off the ocean, which is coming all the way from like North Carolina up over the ocean, there's less thunderstorm energy, so they may not be as strong in these eastern areas. For many of us otherwise, though, when you get into northern and western New England, when you get into some of the storms, there is the chance of frequent lightning, of hail, of course, torrential rain, but also damaging wind, and even an isolated tornado is a possibility in parts of northern New England today. So that's why I say we'll be very much on guard. It's a cold front, though, and tomorrow feels much, much better. Today's high temperatures, are we hitting any records? Not many. No, Boston's record is 98. You know when it was set? Last year. I bet we could hit 95 in Boston. I doubt we're going to hit 98, right? But you're in the 90s all through southern New England, with the exception of the South Coast and the Cape, where that same breeze that beats up on thunderstorm energy keeps you a little cooler. 90s in southern New Hampshire, about 90 in central New Hampshire. North Country is likely to be in the 80s. Again, a little bit sooner storm development for us, a little bit more cloud development that kind of keeps things down in terms of temperature from where they'd be south. And then even the Crown of Maine gets some strong storms over the course of the day, even though we're not as warm. There's a lot of energy with this disturbance that comes in, particularly in northern New England. Overnight tonight, the front is through. We don't cool down right away a lot, but you'll turn less humid and you'll feel the difference tomorrow. Really comfortable air. The heat comes back big time next week. Check out the 14-day in our app. Okay, again, make sure you got location and notifications turned on in our app so that when we get stuff later on today, if we need to alert you, we can do exactly that. See you with updates on our website, 1degreeoutside.com, and atop the home screen of our app.